Guys, welcome to Happy Place Aquatics. Tonight we got Mr. Mark Pyle.
Hello.
Yes, I said Mr. Mark Pyle. I put Mr. on it for you there, sir. So how you doing?
I'm doing great. Took a nice weekend vacation last weekend. Took a Thursday, Friday off work, and then Saturday and Sunday we were off too. So, wife planned a nice little trip up to Branson with her mom and dad. So all four of us went up there and had a good time. If you've ever
Well,
been to Silver Dollar City, that's a pretty cool. It's really nice because it's all wooded. It's if you've been to Kennywood, Kennywood's got some trees a little bit, but it's somewhere between like Six Flags where it's something flat and concrete, and Silver Dollar City is like the opposite. It's completely you can barely see any of the rides. You can hear them, you can barely see them because there's so much hills and so many trees. It's amazing.
we got Slim Tim and Bare Bottom Branton in the house. You know, as it'd be, you said about taking Thursday, Friday off. So did I.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I took it off. I was supposed to go to the Clash. Unfortunately, uh, money didn't, work in my favor. So I ended up doing some local shit. Look at that. 1 minute and 26 seconds into the live stream, and I cussed already. My bad. Welcome in, Paulie. Welcome in, Anya, Mystic Pets, Sweet Paulie. See, I heard a couple of things about how you should interact with people and say their screen, like their screen name instead of their actual name. I don't know how that works, or if that actually does anything. I don't know, because I guess it makes people feel like they're left out or something. I don't know.
Well, half the time you don't know the person's real name. I'm always kind of afraid to say it because I don't know if they want to be known by their real name. How did I? I got to remember how I found out about their real name. They use it all the time, or did I find it, kind of in a private chat somewhere or something like that? I'm going like, yes, I'm kind of nervous about, doxing somebody or something. But it's probably not a real fear.
I can't believe it took you that long. What that long to do what? I'm kind of lost.
Probably for you.
Oh, to swear, yes. It was just a little too long. Sorry, you gotta cut me a little slack here. I'm getting old. My memory's kind of slipping a bit.
So you've been working that hip out?
Oh man, I have worked. You have seen some of the pictures. I've sent you
Some of the videos.
You've seen videos and pictures before anybody else has. That's just the luxury of the group chat that we're in. But man, I have climbed some things. I have done some things. I've done some questionable things, let me tell you.
There's some opportunities there to get yourself seriously hurt. Some of those things you look like, dang, that would be cool to climb it. Nah, that could be bad, real bad.
I climbed up the face of a waterfall, man. Slippery in running shoes. In running shoes at that.
Yeah. One false move and you're toast.
Absolutely. Did it. No problem. So somebody's looking out for me and, kind of guiding me as I go.
There's some spots out here are so slippery. You're standing, it's like cobblestone. The bottom is, it's kind of like,
yes.
it's solid rock. It's solid, but it's like this. You're standing there, but you're on algae or something. Next thing you know, whoom, you're on your ass. It's like, what in the world? I didn't even move.
So where I went and picked up the we'll get to that in a minute. Those, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Where I went and picked those up Sunday, there was a gentleman walking down the creek, and let's just say half of him was wet and the other half wasn't. he fell straight back on his back and his ass. I mean, he was soaked. And I'm like, all right.
We took a trip up to Arkansas because I was looking for some northern studfish. They've changed the name of them now, the common name, but it's still studfish. I forget the weird first name they have, but anyhow, I was trying to find these really cool killifish. They get about 4 inches long, really pretty. In this cool creek, we're netting it, and all of a sudden, man, I busted my butt, and I landed on this big rock that was sitting at an angle, and my shoulder caught underneath the rock weird, and I was sitting at an angle, and I messed my shoulder up bad. I mean, I thought I broke something bad. I knew something was wrong, and it was super hot, and I'm laying on this rock kind of frying, and I can't, the angle I'm at, I can't use this arm to push anymore because it's damaged. I can't do anything with it, but I can't use my feet because the way they're all twisted around me. This arm was useless. This is in the air. I can't grab anything. I'm laying there going, how the hell am I going to get up? Luckily, my wife's there to help me roll me over a little bit so I get some kind of traction to get up. Man, and it's still not right. That was about a year ago, probably, and my shoulder's still messed up.
I've got lucky, man. I haven't fell. Knock on
That's
wood.
good.
I mean, I haven't. You know, and if I do fall, I'm in trouble. Like I'm in trouble.
Yeah, you can't let that stop you.
Because this hip is real fresh. The other one is fine. This one, not so much. This camera keeps sliding down to where it's not. There we go. Now it might be a little too high. There we go. But yeah, if I fall, man, I'm in trouble. Because some of the places I'm at are off the beaten path.
Yeah.
Like the one waterfall I sent you, I was actually like 3.5 miles deep in the woods.
Awesome.
Man, if you ever come up here, I promise you I will take you and show you some things.
Man, I'm really trying to figure out how to pull it off. Pull it off maybe next year. Man, in the fall would be nice. It's just starting to. You probably haven't leaves changing yet, do you? Probably another couple of
Yeah,
weeks.
they're changing already.
All right, man. Okay.
We got some yellows and some reds coming. A little bit of orange. It is definitely pumpkin spice season up here, let me tell you.
Yeah,
The white girls are in full effect with pumpkin spice everything.
That's my wife.
Yeah, I made an announcement the other day on my Facebook, my personal Facebook page. I don't have a lot of people that know it. I basically told them my shop is having a deal on pumpkin spice brake pads, pumpkin spice air cabin air filters. I mean, I was just throwing it all in there. You know what I mean? Just yeah. Hey,
I
Slim
saw
Tim, who
pumpkin
the hell
spice
is
dude
Brandon?
wipes.
Do what?
I saw pumpkin spice dude wipes.
Yeah.
Why? I have no idea. I saw.
I get.
Really?
I guess they just want that fresh feeling.
I guess so.
Hey, Tim, we're still trying to figure out who Brandon is.
It's probably.
It's Branton, but he put Brandon.
Ah.
I mean, who the hell is Twin? Twin ain't here. I think Tim is losing his mind. Too much time in the sun. So,
City's on the coast.
Yeah, he is on the coast. Yeah, he's in Florida. I think he's in. I can't remember where he goes. He goes there every year. Destin, Florida, or something like that. He's down there, you know, enjoying a family vacation, which is cool. Pumpkin spice shifter knobs. Ladies, come get your pumpkin spice lattes. I really don't understand the whole fad with pumpkin spice. It's terrible. Like, I can't even do a pumpkin spice freaking candle.
I can do some things pumpkin spice, but yeah, it's way over the top.
I like pumpkin pie and pumpkin roll. Other than that, you can keep pumpkin. Just have no desire. So, Mark, you have a video you posted today, and I'm gonna actually find it here in a second.
Okay.
And
I didn't actually post it to the public, so you're just going to debut it right here. I left it just unlisted for now, so you get to debut it.
I get to debut it. That is fantastic. I got to figure out how the hell I can share the screen.
That could be a problem.
It can be. And there it is. You ready?
Oh yeah, there you go. It's kind of small.
Yeah, we'll make it full screen. How's that?
Follow me.
All right, here we go.
Okay, I want to shoot another video. The last video I did on this was pretty quick. It has a nice little overview, but I didn't really go into much details on why I picked certain things and did things a certain way. So, let me see if I can do a better job this time. And a few things have been added since that thing. I'm going to try to put some fish in the middle. There's nothing but tadpoles really in that right now. No cover was on it.
All right, I got a question already right out of the gate.
All right.
How did you achieve the lids on the top of those totes? What do you have going for those lids?
Okay. Crazy thing. I had this vision of mine, exactly all that right there. Yeah, okay, this side. All I did was those are just normal lids. I just took a reciprocating saw and cut it out in the middle. It's real super simple. And then I went and drilled holes in the corners and down the side and then zip tied them on there. And that's just a 1/4-inch hardware cloth. So I just cut the hardware cloth a little bigger, stuck it underneath, and zip tied them on there. Pretty simple.
It's
Pain in
pretty
the ass, but it wasn't that difficult.
well, pain in the ass or not, it looks pretty neat. That's also going to help keep predators out as well.
That's the whole design. The reason for that top, especially the 1/4 inch screen, is just to keep dragonflies and damselflies out. But I already found one damselfly stuck between the mesh and the water. I'm going, really? You got in there somehow, you jerk. And I pulled a small little dragonfly or damselfly larvae. I couldn't tell, it was a little small, out of it. So I meant to do the outflow down deeper, so there's a bigger gap between the water, was the screen, and the water. So hopefully something couldn't stick its butt in there and lay an egg. But I didn't get it down quite deep enough, so I'm going to have to deal with it. So there's no substrate, so I can just go in there at nighttime with a flashlight, shine it in there, and grab any larvae that I see in there out. So
Okay.
I have to deal with it.
All right. That's now my question is, what is in these totes?
Say again?
What's inside of these totes?
Oh, there is rice fish, lots and lots of rice fish. And there's 5 different. Right now, I have 7 different varieties, but 6 of them are outside. So 6 different varieties of rice. Well, five different varieties in those totes, and there's 6 totes. So one of them has 2 varieties. And I just brought another one outside, so that makes it 6, and I have another one variety inside. So I have 7 total varieties, 5 outside that are in the tubs growing out. So I can tell you the varieties. I had it up. I got red caps. Red cap looks like it's got a red head kind of on it, and then they got kind of a lighter color body. White Medacas, and then Reckless and Ulysses is a cross between 2 different ones. These are bright, kind of orange colored ones. Really cool orange. Tora/Tiger, they're orangish, but they got a lot of pattern kind of on them. And then Black Leme is a black one with silver speckles in it. So it looks really cool when you look from down the top. And then Amaretsu, I don't know how you pronounce it for sure, but it's kind of a yellowish color too. It's got some white. It looks more like a koi, kind of yellow-white koi fish type of look to it. It's the best way I can explain it.
Okay.
But I show a video towards the end where I get really close up and you can see one of those tubs, how many fish, how many fry are actually in that. And these are from I think it was 4 or 5, maybe 3-4 days, something like that, of having the spawning mops in there. And I dropped them in this other side, and man, the things are full of eggs. It was pretty amazing. It's working really well.
That's good to know. I might have to pick your brain on this. Slim Tim wants to know if the totes are gravity fed.
No, this one's not. And I go into showing you exactly how I do it here in a second.
All right, then. Let's get to watching again.
So, let me see if I can do a better job this time. And a few things have been added since that thing. I'm going to try to put some fish in the middle. There's nothing but tadpoles really in that right now. No cover was on it. Frogs got in it, laid all kind of eggs. And that one's only got a little bit of water, basically empty. I'm going to try to put some fish in these and see what happens. So let's start over here. A few important things that I did not cover in last video for sure, and that is why I have things set up the way I do. So this is basically 20 inches into the ground, and I cut this off and cut it in a certain way that this kind of indents in on the very top, and it comes back out to be the same diameter as this. But if you cut it when it's still on the end, when it's still sloped in, it'll fit right inside of here. So that way you don't have to worry about it slipping off, and you have a nice tight lid.
That is genius.
Very cool idea. Well, hello, puppy. Got a visitor. You got a little inspector here. Okay, girl. Come on. Come on. You gotta get out. Thank you. So those of you near me. This area gets a lot of water when it rains heavily, so it'll actually probably get about this deep, maximum it'll ever get. If you look, that's going to be below this hole, so it should not run inside of here. This hole is also designed that if for some reason we got a lot of heavy rain and water comes into here and goes out through my system and fills up here, it'll start overflowing out of that. So that's kind of an emergency overflow system. With these kind of anything you bury in the ground, you have to be worried about it floating out. And what happens is rain will come, saturate the ground, and get around whatever you have. And if there's not enough weight in this, it'll actually float it up. It'll be a boat, basically, if there's nothing inside and it's too light. So the idea here is I got to keep the water level above the water level that it could be floated at. So I need to keep the water level above about right here, which is not a big deal. So I got several inches of room here. As long as I keep it topped off and it doesn't rain real heavy, I'm fine. And plus the
It's really smart to have that where if it overflows or if it floods, it overflows out. That's a real smart idea.
yeah, so it can't cause a problem. It will never float my fish out because it'll just overflow right into the system and float out. So it's automatically set that way.
Genius.
The filter have inside adds a little bit of weight, and I'm actually going to probably add some more rock or something in there to weight it down, just to be sure. It shouldn't be a problem. Let's look inside. Let's take a look. I haven't actually looked in here since the last video I shot. I see some debris I need to float it up. When I cut these holes, I didn't realize that was still in there. Yeah, you got all that plastic out there. Later. It's not hurting anything, deal. It's just plastic.
Ain't gonna hurt nothing.
And it's floating, so it's not getting into my filter in any way. The filter is nothing but a cat litter container. I picked a cat litter container that does not have a label on it, like a paper label. The label on this one is printed right on it, so that's nice. You don't have to worry about peeling that label off. And the handle floats. Nightmare. Just drill some holes in the top, and inside I have
another
small bags. It's kind of like a filter sock type of material that I shoved lava rock into, and then those bags are easy to pull back out for cleaning.
All right, so you said you used my favorite thing, lava rock. I know I said lava. Okay. That is one of my favorite filter medias. I'm not even gonna lie. It's in every canister filter I have down here. I mean, I even put it in I've got a Marineland Hot Magnum. I even put it in there. And I mean, it's a great porous media.
Yeah, and it doesn't change your water parameters. It's cheap. I mean, you can bust it up if you want finer pieces or you can get the bigger lumps in it. I mean, it's versatile. And I've used it all kinds of different things and never had a problem with it. And you can rinse it out easy too, because it holds bacteria, but it whenever you rinse out the stuff, it just everything falls out of it.
Yep.
You know,
it's good at trapping particles that are floating in it as well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, man. I cleaned my cichlid canister filter the other day, and that had the most muck in it was in there. Was in the lava rock container. The rest of it, not as much. But the lava rock had all the fish poop and debris in it.
Grabs it good. So this should last a long time with nothing but fry in there. I should have to clean that very often. I was probably going to put some more filter media in there, but I don't see why. Why bother? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean,
100%.
There's going to be so much surface area for bacteria that, I mean, I really probably don't need the lava rock for the bacteria because I have so much area in that tub, in that bucket and all the totes and everything, all the piping. People overfilter things, I think, a lot. This is just more for a safety net and for a biological, mechanical filtration too, to keep things from getting clogged up and stuff. But
absolutely. My little dudes are jumping back here.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's get back to her.
Just pack them around my filter. The pump. Sorry, pack the lava rocks around that pump, and then of course the holes for big enough to have the power line come out of. So that's the flexible tubing coming out of here. And flexible tubing goes up to here. And the reason it's flexible, two reasons. This is easier to line up. So this has to have it tilted down a little bit. Even if you don't get this tilted perfectly and don't get this hole lined up perfectly, this can bend a little bit and go in where you need to go. So you don't have to have it so perfect.
You can mess your flow up.
And if I need to get that pump out of there, if I had a solid line going straight through here, I have to cut the line or put some kind of disconnect in there. Now all I gotta do is just unscrew this, pop it off, and then I can pull the whole thing back out, clean it, do whatever I want to, replace it, whatever, and stuck it back in there and plug it back in. No big deal. So that's why that's like this. And to fill it, these I have just kind of loosely on. I can just put my hose in here, fill it up. Real easy filling.
Hell yeah.
So if you saw, there's not a whole lot of water running out of there. So this is an inch tubing that's got thin wire, thin wall. I don't need the heavy wall, and the thin wall gives you a little more ability to carry water. It's a little bigger around. So let's see. This comes up. So our pump now. And this pump, you have to select your pump to make sure it has enough head height. Head height is the amount of pressure that it can push the water up. So basically, If it's got a head height of 10 feet, that means at 10 feet above the water level, it'll run out of pressure. It'll have zero flow. So you want to have something that goes way above however high you're going to pump your water. My water's only going to go about 4 or 5 feet or so, so I got plenty of height on this pump. So it comes around here.
That's a Harbor Freight pump too. I don't know,
It comes in here.
probably 600 gallon per hour or something crazy.
He's off.
Way overkill.
I was just getting ready to ask you what kind of pump it was.
Yeah, it's just one of the Harbor Freight ones. I can't remember. Yeah, it's a good sized pump. It's way overkill. I mean, that's what I had on hand, so that's what I dropped in there. But it's one of the impeller types, the same thing, kind of the same system that the like a hanging a back filter uses or canisters use. So even if you restrict the flow, you're not really causing any damage to anything. It's not geared or anything like that. It'll just, the magnetic thing will just slip a little bit. No big deal. It's not gonna hurt anything.
Yeah.
It's submerged in water, so it's not gonna overheat. So I'm not too worried about anything.
I have learned that sand inside of like the impeller compartment inside the motor will actually grind down the little shaft that the thing spins on.
I bet. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does it quick
terrible.
too.
Yeah, I got a canister filter. I think something like that happened on. I got to replace. Making all kind of noise, not pushing water.
It
Hey,
was still pushing water, but it wasn't doing very much. I'll tell you that.
In this system, it can rely on rainwater and tap water. So if it rains, it gets rainwater. If it needs topped off, I top it off. I just got to be mindful that if I'm topping it off like all summer long, if it doesn't rain for a long time and I'm constantly adding water, the hardness is going to start going up and up and up and up because I'm not removing any of that out. So I forgot to put it in this video, but the end of that pipe, all the way on the end, past the last little tote there, I put a valve, basically one of the shutoff valves. So now I can open that shutoff valve up and flush that pipe out and do a water change. That'll blow the water out of there real quick and easy, close it off and top it off. So every once in a while, I'll have to just blow a bunch of water out of there so I can get my mineral levels back down. Luckily, I'm dealing with rice fish. They can handle really hard water. So it's really a moot point. I don't think it's ever going to be an issue with those species of fish. But if you had other fish in there, you don't want to get it too hard. You'd have to kind of test it or just be mindful of where you're at, how much water you've added to the system without taking any of the minerals out.
All right, we'll get back to watching this so we can see the ingenious
I use
idea of
these
work.
large tees instead of using like a little drip irrigation hose or something like that with those little tiny things, because this won't clog up as easy. If it does clog, open it up, close it. I can flush anything in there out. Not a big deal. So now we get down to the tubs. Let's take a look here. Let me see if I can take this off for you so we can take a quick look. That's what these are designed for, so this can come off. It's kind of hard to do with
With one hand, it ain't easy.
Once the clip in the back.
It's a
Yeah, I
good
can
clip
see
on
one
the
hand.
side.
Clip in the back, and it's clip to the front. Yep, see it clip to the front.
And
Hang
that's
on.
the tightest one too.
Bear with me. I could pause it. Hang on, let me pause it. Okay, so here we are. This is the way the inside is set up. Man, look at all this fry.
Good
That is
Lord.
just so nice. Man, I love seeing that. The eggs were on these, and I just dropped them from the other side into here and let them hatch out. Now they're in there just for a little extra cover. Now I'll rotate them out with the other, with where the parents are at. When they have lots of eggs, I'll just kind of roll the eggs into here, let them hatch out, and then when they're all hatched out, then I'll put the eggs back over into the other side. Once this thing is fully up and running, right now I just have the minimum number of totes across the bottom. I don't have the other two other shells full yet. And if you're looking here, the water comes in. You notice I have a zip tie. Now, why do I have a zip tie? Without the zip tie, the water comes in much harder. See how it's splashing and it kind of runs forward? And without that hole being there, it really kind of runs and causes a current. So when these fry are freshly hatched, they don't like a lot of current. And I was afraid that was going to be too much current and too much agitation on the water because they like to hang out the top. If you put something like this on here, it allows the water to flow down into the water, and it makes it a much more smooth of an entry. So that's why I have that. This is
Yes,
a
I am.
half-inch pipe conduit
Definitely.
connector,
You are going to be selling them?
and the outside is
Well,
the other
free to
side of the
tunnel.
connector. So both of these are threaded, and
I'm
I get a
selling
little
eggs too.
number. I think it's number 13 or number 15.
I'm probably going to get in line on some killifish. I know that when Happy Place 2.0 gets started is when I'm going to do it, because I'm going to completely revamp a fish room. It's coming very, very, very soon.
Cool.
Like very soon.
Right now, I am low on killifish. We got a fish show this Saturday. I'm going great. I don't have hardly anything to sell, so I got a lot of fish, but there's a lot of females, or you got a lot of males of this species. I don't have a lot of pairs, so I'm going to go through and do some calling, and we're going to reset this fish room. And by next spring, by March next spring for the next expo, I want to have everything going. I want to come back with in style, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm liking your design here that we're getting to right here, like this that we're getting to.
Yeah, this is that. Would you have your cursor on? That is basically a PVC pipe fitting, but it's not in the water section. You got to go over to the electrical section over by where all the conduits at. Get those. Those fit together because you're putting one of them is male, one's female. You're shoving them together. There's looser tolerances, so they'll actually go down on top of each other better. You get the ones that are for plumbing, they are too tight. You can't screw it down far enough to get it to push together to actually make that seal. So you need to get those parts from the electrical department, and then whenever you're putting the PVC pipe from the Schedule 40 or whatever you're using in there, you got to use a lot of glue because it's really a loose fit. Because it's designed that way for the the electrical system, but that's the best way to make it work. That took a little bit of somebody actually mentioned that. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that now. So, yep, works pretty good.
It looks like it does.
I haven't had
15. I think there's 15 O-ring in here that goes around the threads, so it seals it up. Makes a real nice seal. And this is turned down 9 degrees, and I have nothing but just a intake filter on that.
Oh, nice.
And I can just squeeze that out if I want to clear it out. That keeps fry from being sucked up in there, and it's big enough that it won't get clogged up very easy. Hang on, I'm going to push pause you again. Okay, and the reason I turned it down because I wanted to kind of see if I could pull debris off the bottom as it settled, and I don't know, just it seemed like a good idea at the time. So that's why I did that. Man, there's just so many fry in here.
There's a lot of fry in there.
Cool.
Yeah, all the tubs look like
so
that.
That's basically the gist of it. Yeah. Oh yeah, except for where the water comes out. Yeah, you see, I just basically have it on a vinyl tubing. Just drill the hole in there, just stuff it in there, so that tubing can come right back out. So the whole tub is not connected really to the stand. So I can pull it off, clean it, do whatever I want with it. The other thing I did is I mounted. Oh yeah, see, I guess why, because I squeezed that thing. I was like, why is there water leaking? No, what I should have put these legs into the ground, just concreted them in, but I put them on a kind of a sled with a 2x6s, and that's what it sits on, so it doesn't sink into the dirt. I'm gonna have to do something to keep this from rocking. It's only a few inches wide, so you see my hand, it's so wide it's not really solid, so I'm gonna have to put some stakes in the ground. But I only got one layer on the bottom, so all the weight's down the bottom, not gonna be a problem. Once I start going up here, it will be a problem.
Oh, it definitely will be a problem.
And to add another layer, all I gotta do is make up some more of these containers and cut the lids out and zip tied 1/4 inch hardware cloth around.
How many gallons are those containers?
7-gallon containers.
7-gallon container.
Yeah. And right now they're more expensive than the 25-gallon or 28-gallon containers. I get the 28s for like $7.95 or something like that, and those are like $8.95 or something, which is funny. They're way smaller, but way more expensive. Well, way more expensive. They're more expensive.
You get that supported yet, Mark?
No, this video was taken tonight. It was taken probably about 5 o'clock this afternoon, so a couple hours ago. So I haven't. So that's this coming weekend. I might try to add another layer. So I need to support it. I might just use T-post on either end of it and then secure it to the T-post. I don't know. I
I had a couple other ideas too, but haven't really found the perfect answer yet. But I'll figure something out.
You're one
Thank
clever
you,
dude,
Polly.
Mark.
It seems to be working just fine. What I'll do is I will tee off here and come up to the next level and tee off and go up to the next level. Same thing with the hose here, with the intake pipe. I'll just tee it off and bring it up to the next level. Should be simple. The other side, this is where the parents are all at. So just take a quick look.
No, it's not running,
Curious.
Jesse.
And
Have
that
any
water
eggs.
is good and green.
It looks green.
Pick a random one up.
I love it. I was like, oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
perfect.
Lots of eggs. So we're ready to rock and roll with a whole nother, man, let's look at that, getting distracted how many eggs there are. I'm always blown away. But ready for a whole new group of fry to be grown up. So this is kind of very similar to the last, except for a couple of big changes. Back in the back, there's a 250-gallon tote back here. So
If you notice, it's back under all the
that's where
foliage.
the intake comes
Keeps it
in
cool back there.
Do
So I
what?
got a lot of plants back there to keep that thing in the shade to keep it cool.
Oh,
And
nice.
So I like it kind of wild looking back there, and it serves a purpose.
It does. I can see that now.
into the tank right there. On the bottom, I just have it connected to this pipe. So this pipe comes around and goes all the way down, feeds water all the way down to everything, just gravity fed. No pumps available, no pumps needed. Same thing with my 1/2-inch pipes. Now I have a bigger pipe here because I thought it was going to need more water on this side, but probably a regular 1-inch pipe or even a 3/4-inch pipe would be fine. Even probably 1/2 inch really, because I'm just barely drizzling water out. So the way this works, water comes out into this tub. It hits the stainless steel strainer to keep the.
All right,
The
I'm going to
adults
pause
in?
on this for a second. Hey, Betsy, if you send me convicts, I'm going to send them right back, and I'm going to send you 300 that I have.
Hey, go ahead and send them as long as they're small. I've got a what do you call the thing? Grass pickerel, and I got a turtle. I got some great food then. And the duckweed, I got to trash. No big deal.
Yeah, I'll take duckweed. My goldfish will smash it.
Yeah, send him my goldfish. Send him my duckweed then.
Welcome in, Tommy. Welcome in.
Hey, Tommy.
Guys, if you haven't checked out the Aquatic News Network, you should. Go check them out. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I told you. They screw like rabbits, man.
Some more floating.
See, my convicts are not just convicts. My convicts are red Honduran red points, which are the cousin to the convict. However, I have some that have crossbred that look really cool. Like, I mean, really cool. So I'll be getting rid of those as well. Or maybe I'll start chucking them in with my Oscars and see if my Oscars can eat them.
Taken out. This is a bulkhead
They
fitting.
send those free food and they're clean.
Bulkhead fitting comes out this side, right here. Hooks is vinyl tubing. The vinyl tubing drains into a 2-inch pipe. I want to make sure I have plenty of drain room. I probably don't even need that. And it goes into here. And there's a regular old sump pump with a float. As you can see in there, but it's just a regular,
Here's a regular
kind of a regular sump pump used in your basement with the float on it. All nice and tightly sealed up, so there's not a whole lot of large debris can get in here. I may end up putting some more filtration on as
That's a
this
smart
water
system,
drops
man.
in to kind of filter anything out before it gets to the pump.
It's very smart.
I don't know, we'll see. And this is 1-inch thin-walled PVC. Comes out, goes back into there. The way this runs, every 10 minutes, it runs for 15 seconds. So it's not using a whole lot of energy, pretty efficient. I had to bury that into the ground because of the height of my tube, my drain coming in. And I had to keep the same flooding issue because it'll probably get up to, well, about where the dirt level's at. If it really rains hard, and that's a really bad rain. I don't want it to float out. So I had to have the float set so it shuts off before it gets too low. It has to come on. Well, the float has to come up before it hits the top, come on, and pump the water out. So that's the way this works. Say hi, Cotton. Say hi.
Oh,
Yep. That's
You
my
named
baby.
him Cotton?
She's crazy.
Yeah. Her original name was Cotton Ball.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Adorable. That's awesome. That is awesome, man. I like that setup. I really do.
Thank you. Seems to be working. Working just like I wanted it to, and haven't had to make any major changes, so it seems to be working pretty good. I'll have to see what happens in the middle of the winter when it gets cold. I'm probably gonna. Well, I just realized tonight my wife actually found in a thrift shop before I made this. I was planning on selling it this coming event, but it's one of those floating pond heaters. So I'm gonna see if it's pretty good size. I'm gonna see if it'll fit down that hole that goes into that IBC tote. If it'll fit that hole, I'll keep it, and I'll just float that sucker in the IBC tote. It's like a 300 watt heater. When it gets really cold, I'll just plug that thing in to keep it from freezing. That should keep that whole system moving water like that with the heater in there. It should just keep it above freezing is all I want to do.
I mean, what is the temperature it gets down there where you are?
Normally, it'll just get, 25 would be pretty low. But the last couple of years, we've had some cold spikes. We had that one went down near zero, and it stayed that way for almost a week. So that was extreme. I mean, that's unusual. But normally it's, if it gets down to 25 a couple of times in a year, that's about as low as it get. Normally it's just dropping below freezing and then getting back in the 50s during the day. So normal winter is not that big a deal. So it should be fine until we get just those extreme temperatures. I'll either turn it off, turn the whole system off, drain the water out of the pipes, or put a heater in it. That's my two options, I think. Because realistically, rice fish, I don't think need any of that moving water or anything like that. I could have just hit those tubs out there and probably been okay. But I just want to hedge my bet there a little bit and make that bigger volume of water to keep it cleaner. And when it gets extremely hot and extremely cold, hopefully that'll buffer those extremes. I don't care if it gets to be 95 in those tubs, as long as it doesn't do it really quickly and doesn't go too long. So I think that they handled 92, I think, out of 2 this year is the highest I measured it. And there was no problem. So far, they're going great. So I've had a couple of losses of the adults, but I have no idea how old they are. So I have no idea what to expect. But they're still pouring out eggs.
What the actual hell? This little Oscar over here is just, he swims to the front, lays down. Swims to the back, lays down.
And I think he's just in shock, probably scared from that big giant tank.
Yeah, he's used to being in a 10-gallon tank. Yes, guys, I had an Oscar in a 10-gallon tank. I know he had to be moved because he was outgrowing that 10-gallon tank. So, Mark, the name of this stream is Native Fish, and are they worth it? Basically, are they worth the hassle? So, we know you get into native species. We know Tommy's also in the native species. I don't remember who else in this group is, that usually are in my live streams that are in the native species. But let's get your opinion on native species.
I think it's awesome. First thing, if you're going to be collecting native species, look up your laws. If you're not certain exactly, because sometimes laws are written kind of weird, and they can even hide laws in different sections, and it gets a little complicated. Call up somebody, like here's a game warden, we would call up somebody that's good. Call the guy that's going to be writing you the ticket if you screw up. That's who you call. Because if he's happy with what you're doing, it doesn't really matter anymore, right? And if you think he's wrong, and then you can take it to his supervisor and try to figure it all out before the ticket's written. If the ticket's written, then it's a lot harder to deal with. But
Yes,
figure out
sir.
what the laws are first. And then once you get the laws figured out, then try to figure out what you got in your area. And one of the easiest ways for me to figure it out is to go onto something called iNaturalist. So it's just iNaturalist.com. You can go on there. You don't have to even set up an account or anything. You go to Explore. You put in fish for the species, and then you put in the city you're in or whatever. Then when it pulls it up, you can go to the map, and you can adjust the size of the map. You can make circles and squares or whatever over a certain area. Say, okay, I like to collect in this area. Just however big that is, make that area and hit find, and it'll list in the list of how many people have basically put a document in there on that species in order. So you know what's most common to the least common. You can look down through there. You're probably going to find things that you didn't know existed, names and cool stuff that you didn't know. And then you can go look up that information in the same map area and figure out where actually those fish were found at. And then you can start figuring out if you can get access to that area,
learn about the fish, where they're going to be at, what time of year they're active, all that kind of good stuff. Then go out and start collecting the fish. But if you do all that beforehand, by the time you get to collecting the fish, you're going to have a very, very good appreciation for that fish. So when you collect those things, it's going to be way cooler. I mean, it makes a big difference. Go out there and you collect a couple cool fish. Oh, wow, that's kind of cool. But if you already know what they are, where they live, and you actually put the effort in and you targeted that species, it just makes it special. So when you bring them home, you have this really cool fish that you put a lot of energy and effort into. It makes a big difference. You know,
I looked in to see if I was actually able to take them. The ones that, well, let's just let the cat out of the bag. I have some native fish. I caught them Sunday. We'll just go ahead and share it for the world to see. It's just a short. For those that don't know, those are black nose dace. I had
the
somebody,
picture. You have the picture of it in your hand where you can see what it looks like.
I don't actually.
Oh man, okay.
Where did
Well, hey,
that?
look up black nose dace. They're pretty cool.
Actually, I can do that.
Okay. Because and then you have to figure out what kind of food those fish are eating too. So most of seems like a lot of the natives, at least in my area, are kind of are omnivorous. There are some definite exceptions to that rule, but in general, the smaller fish seem to eat a lot of different stuff. So if you throw your flake food in there, most fish I've brought home don't seem to care. I mean, but if you have something that's a serious predator, like a pickerel, you throw flake food in there, nothing's going to happen. You got to feed that thing some type of live or make it move around like it's alive. Like you'll eat shrimp, but you have to cut pieces of it up and wiggle it in front of it, and it'll nail it.
Let's see.
And then, of course, you bring them home like that too. I mean, anybody that's bringing new fish into their fish rooms should be quarantining stuff. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a cool looking fish.
They are they're pretty cool fish. Not gonna lie. I'm trying to get this to where we're both there. There we go. Yeah, they're pretty cool fish.
And they're
I enjoy them so far.
and those are going to be best kept in a group like you've got. You wouldn't want to keep just one or two of those. You want to keep a nice group of them because they're going to shoal together and they're going to be. Once you get them in a bigger tank, they're going to be really cool. Watch their behaviors.
Well, as of right now, I have fed them 3 times in the last, since Sunday. The first they didn't eat Sunday. I dropped some food in there. They wanted nothing to do with it. I gave them some flakes yesterday. They had at it. I fed them some cichlid peewee this morning. They tore it up.
Yeah, once you find what they like. Yeah.
And then I fed them some this afternoon when I came home for lunch, and they tore it up. So
I like trying Plueville bug bites on stuff that's new coming into my fish room.
Yes.
Everything seems to eat that stuff.
Yes. Right now, they're just relaxed because I think they're getting used to being here. They're not honestly like scattered around or running around. They're just chilling.
That's cool. There's just so many cool species out there, man. I think the rainbow shiners are one of the ones that a lot of people are starting to getting into, catching everybody's attention. But man, and don't expect too. When you go out and sometimes you go out in the breeding season and you catch some of the darters are notorious for this. You catch a darter and they're got the most beautiful colors you've ever seen. They're as pretty as any tropical fish. And then you bring them home within a couple hours, they're just dull looking and they never color back up again because your temperatures aren't cool enough. They're not in that breeding mode anymore and they lose all their colors. So do a little research too if you want something to keep the colors. And you might find too that wintertime they lose all their colors and the kind of late spring all of a sudden they start coloring back up again. At least the males. That's what happens to that dude's huge.
You're a monster.
At least that's what my shiners, what are those things called? Red shiners. Man, that's a nice looking Oscar.
He is He's every bit of 15 to 16 inches long. He's being a dick, though, according to the people here.
He's like, I want to get on the live stream, man.
I mean, I got some sad news, though. I did lose all of my Geophagus juraparis. They're all gone. They got into a fight with my Geophagus speni. And then
Didn't win, huh?
it didn't win. It was 3-on-1. And the one actually won. He's hungry. He's like, this thing's like a big dog. Every time I come down here, he thinks it's feeding time.
And that brings up the point, too, of these native fish. I have found they eat a lot more than a lot of your tropical fish.
Yes.
And almost across the board, it's like that. They eat, man, 2 to 3 times what the normal tropical fish eat.
I'll calm him down real quick.
So, I feed mine twice a day, but I feed them so much. My wife was like, whoa, how much are you going to feed them? I just keep pouring the food in. They're in a 120 gallon right now. I probably have a couple dozen in there. Maybe a dozen. Oh, yeah, that's it right there. That's my go-to food. See? Same thing. I buy it off of Amazon.
Yep. What do you pay for it on Amazon?
I think it's about 47, if I remember right.
That's what I think. I paid 36 for this at my local fish store.
Oh, man, that's a good deal.
Well, you got to remember, he's also my friend.
Oh, yeah.
So I get the shit at wholesale.
Yeah.
Said the word shit again. Look at that. Oh, see, they know what time it is. They calm right down.
And Jesse, you might be right. But I've noticed, too, though, if you don't feed them a lot, they'll start fading away. So it's not just – it's not like they're taking advantage of food. They're needing that food. And there could be some parasites going on, too. You do want to try to treat them because they are, wild fish like that. You never know what you're going to get. I used to catch the red shiners from the same stream that I caught these last ones from, and they always had anchorworm. And that was a real pain because I didn't know. I looked, researched, couldn't find anything to treat anchorworm, the adults. So I'd have to treat the tank for, I forgot to put in there, but it would help with all the larval. But then I had to catch the fish and pull out the anchorworm. If you know what an anchorworm is, man, Google it. They're kind of weird.
Yeah.
Plant almost looks like a tree growing in the side of your fish. They're just tiny, but it looks like a little plant. And you have to pull the whole root out. When you pull it out, it'll make a pop sound, and you'll see like a root in there where it's grabbing on your fish. Then you got to worry about secondary infections and everything. So it took forever to clean them up. This time I found a medication that's designed for ponds that treats anchorworm. And I was like, oh, perfect, because I can put in a bigger tank that way and treat the whole thing. Well, I got these ones, and they don't have anchorworm. There's no anchorworm at all. So I got lucky.
Jesse, these fish will never be in contact with any of my other fish. They won't even have the same water filling source or python. They're not going to have anything to do with the rest of these. So there will be no cross-contamination. They even have their own net.
That's really the only parasites I've ever had a problem with. It's just the anchorworm. After we got past the anchorworm, I've never had any kind of other problems. Of course, that's going to vary greatly depending on your water source and what's going on. Like I found out, just a different year. One year I had tons of anchorworm. This year I don't. So the next time I collect, I could come up with some kind of really bad disease could be in the fish. So you always assume they're infested with stuff until you can prove otherwise.
I mean, I have meds that I can use.
Yeah, so you're ready. So something pops up, just take care of it. Right.
Correct. I also have aquarium salt. I have Melifix. I have General Cure. I have fish meds.
Yeah.
But these guys
what you
right
can do.
here, this is where they're going to be temporarily. And their tank is, like I told Mark, I think I told you last night, their tank is going to be being rescaped. They're in my old Severum tank.
Yeah. Once you get those in that 55 or whatever, I think you said 55. That's
55.
Freaking cool.
Yes, I'm going to wash my hands every time. I do the same thing when I scratch my face or touch my nuts.
Well, that's good to know. So I can shake his hand now without too much fear.
No, man, I've had some COVID a few times. I'm good on all that. You know, I want to get into more native species. We do have we have a version of the killifish up here that is actually endangered and we're not allowed to catch. And I've seen them. And I'm like,
what would that be? I wonder.
Give me
I
one
don't know.
second.
And trying to figure out your part of Ohio, what there would be up there, killifish wise, that might be threatened. It might be those studfish I was talking about. There's a couple
Western
different
bandit killifish.
bandits.
Yes. They're very drab, man. I mean, they're not good looking at all. They're not colorful like the ones you have.
Yeah, they just got some cool little banding stuff on. Some people I like the look of them, but they're not like flashy. You're right.
Yeah, they're
They're a silver fish with some bandings on them. Yeah. Most people look at that and go, that's just bait.
it's not. They're actually endangered up here. They're on the endangered species list. I checked with these guys before I removed them. Even though when I had them in a bucket, I'm like, if these are endangered, they're going back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, I was in this pool was probably
Yes, Cosman.
I'm gonna say like 15 by 25 or 30 feet long, 15 wide. It was about 7 or 8 feet deep. I mean, it's a
That's
pretty
pretty
deep hole.
Yeah.
And these guys were in it. They were at the top though, so I was able to catch them like at the top and around the sides. So
That's cool. Yeah, I'd love to go up there and see what some of those waterways up. I mean, you video and go like, man, that'd be so much fun to fish and the net in. Oh man.
absolutely, man. Whenever you get a chance to get your happy self up here, dude, it's on. I'll take you to some places.
Yeah, it does sound like a lot of fun. I could use that because it reminds me a lot of that Southwest Pennsylvania area that I grew up in.
Man, I have done more this summer than I've done in probably 20 years.
That's awesome. So maybe it changes what you needed.
Yeah, the change that's coming though is actually the one that's actually bothering me, and I really don't. I haven't spoke about it, or people know about it, but it's not. I just haven't talked about it. I mean, I'm basically getting rid of everything because I have to leave. I got rid of 200 and some odd fish on Sunday. Like I gave away 200 and some odd fish, gave them away.
That's the right thing to do, though. That's what you got to do. You got to do. It's all right. It's temporary setback. You come back bigger and stronger and better. Now you know all the mistakes you made setting that room up, and you can do all things all better. And you know what fish you like better now than you did before. So you should come back even be stronger and better.
You know what? I could get rid of every fish down here. Not even gonna lie. I get rid of all of them, except for one tank. I can't get rid of them. 2 tanks. I got to take that back too. I cannot get rid of my Planet tank because I know Tim absolutely despises the purple gravel in it. 100%. He despises it. And the second one is my 125 mixed Akara tank. I mean, man, I've got a lot of money in that tank. I'm not talking in buying the tank. I'm talking the inhabitants of that tank. Because everything that's in there except for 2 fish is all wild caught. Like, I have wild caught yellow banded Akara. I have wild caught black Akara. I have wild caught natural blue Akara. And then I have my 2 little measly leftover, electric blues. However, I have some F1s that came from F0s upstairs that I've got somebody that wants to take them, but they're going to have to pay me for them because I ain't giving those away. F0s are a mother to get. F1s are not that hard. So then you are going to send me the 240 now. No. Just because I will get rid of all the fish don't mean I'm getting rid of the tanks. Yeah, you want some 20s, I'll send you some 20s. But that tank right there, I don't give, you know what, we're 54 minutes into, I don't give a fuck. That tank is not going anywhere. You'll bury me in that motherfucker first. That'll be my coffin. That tank is expensive to buy right now. I ain't sending it to nobody. You and Slim Tim and Jesse can freaking Indian wrestle naked for it. You're still not getting it.
Oh, I don't want that image in my head.
Me neither, man. It's like two milk duds and a hillbilly contest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my sister. No, that's my sister.
I need to get out and catch some more fish, but it's getting kind of late in the year, and I'm getting kind of busy. Hopefully next week I'll settle down a little bit. I got to
Hey,
return
Jesse?
a couple.
I said I would get rid of every fish except for 2 tanks. I didn't say I'd get rid of the tanks, just the fish.
It's true, you did.
We can rewind it back. 240's mine. I'm actually going to pay for a storage unit. All of my tanks and equipment will all be in there, except for what I leave running. And that'll be that. I'll come back to it when I get my new place. My new place will have a standalone air system. It'll be all plumbed in. Water system, drain system. Just gonna be what it is.
You guys got an advantage. You guys got basements up there, man. I would love to have a basement.
Mark, I would kill to have a fish building.
Oh, that would be cool too. Yep.
I mean the basement is, yeah. This thing's gonna be a bitch to get out this basement, man. This thing's 550 pounds. It took 4 of us to get it down here, 5 to put it on the stand. It ain't happening. Nobody's getting my 240.
I'm glad I don't live closer. So after you move, then it'll be okay.
A buddy of mine's like, you know what we can do? I said, what? He's like, I have a winch on a 4-wheeler. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that'll pull the 4-wheeler down the stairs. He's like, no. I've pulled a car out of a ditch with it. I said, you ain't pulling that tank up the stairs, dude.
Not upstairs. It's a different angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. A truck, maybe you could pull it out. But...
It took 4. So at the time I was crippled. My legs were still, original hips. And I was like 275. My 2 nephews, one is 6'6", 285. The other one's 6'4", like 265. And then my buddy G, who was like 210, we carried that thing down. And I'm like, man, no. Happy Place Aquatics, reinvent yourself as a killie breeder.
Yeah. We can help him with that.
I really, really, really want to separate my Acara. And I think I could probably breed those and make some money. I could flood Ohio with Acara.
I bet you could. That's kind of my problem. Is saturate, with something, then you got to switch over to something else for a little while and then kind of go back. And
yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at. So hopefully after this event, I can repopulate all these tanks and everything and get going again. I've got a lot of stuff that's not killies too that I'm selling.
Me too. I got goldfish. I have a saltwater tank. I've got convicts. I've got African cichlids. Obviously, I have Severums, Oscars, Plecos. I have more guppies than I care to admit. I have discus. What else do I have? I got rid of the other shit. Yeah, I don't know. I think Slim Tim may be a little inebriated, and he's talking about wrestling Jesse to win a date with me or something. I don't know what these two people are talking about, and it's kind of scary.
Man, all I know is I went that little vacation we had. I went to Branson and ripped down the hotel. There's a bunch of wood, so I took off into the woods to see if I could find some snakes or some salamanders or something. Well, chiggers found me. My legs are just tore up, and
man, I have got mosquito bites. I've got mosquito bites everywhere. What's up, Scuba Steve? Who? Hey, she said you could have him. I'm good, man. He's too skinny for me. I like me a fat old white guy.
Not me, man.
I said fat and old. You're not fat or old.
I'm fat and old.
How old are you?
51.
Motherfucker, I got more gray hair than you.
And look at this, man. I get this nice little patch of white and some white growing. Lost all my hair already. Yeah.
I actually started taking something. It's a whole group of antioxidants, and inside of it, it actually has biotin. Let me tell you something. If you got hair on your body and you're taking something with biotin in it, you're gonna enjoy the hair growth. Like I've got a luscious like chest fro. I'm not even gonna lie. And I'm not a fan of it right now. I'm not definitely not. My hair is growing stupid fast and it's coming back in kind of thick. As you can see, I was relatively bald before, but it's coming back.
Like this.
I was getting there, dude.
Yeah, my back's like this, nice and furry. All the hair went back.
It's great, man, in the wintertime, but when the summertime hits, it's terrible, man. You're like,
Yeah. Yeah. And my head burns.
oh, dude, I've got so much sun damage right here.
Yeah.
So, we've all seen, different fish that we've all kept. We've all kept, different things. What is your favorite species of fish to keep?
Oh boy! Right now, my favorite fish in the whole house that I have is going to be that grass pickerel. I don't know why, that thing is just badass. I can't stick my fingers in that tank without getting nailed. He bites. He's got teeth, and he's only about probably 10 inches long right now. So he hits me, I can feel it. He's not breaking skin yet, but if he gets a little bigger, he's going to take chunks. So I've got to scare him away with something else before I can go in there and do anything. Especially pulling duckweed. I can't take and scrape the duckweed off the top of that tank. You'll see my fingers moving, and it comes like a missile. I mean, that thing's so fast you can't even see it moving across the tank. It's just nailing stuff. So it's kind of like a snake, I guess, to me. The way it hits and just swallows stuff whole. I mean, it's spectacular to watch.
That's the way.
It's a cool fish.
It's the way my Midas cichlid is. I put my hand in the tank and Noisy's on it.
Some of those bigger cichlids can actually hurt.
Yeah. I had an Oscar, my first Oscar. His name, what the hell was his name? Walter. I am cleaning his tank and I'm not paying attention, man. And I'm, got my hand on the python, taking it up and down in the gravel. And I look over and he's got my whole thumb in his mouth. And I looked at him and he didn't let go. So I let go of the python and I took my hand up like this and I had to fish out of the water before he realized that he was out of the water and he let go and dropped back in. He never did it again.
Man. I guess probably the second favorite would probably be the red-eared, no, not red, long-eared sunfish. Those things are like, man, they're as pretty as discus. Bright colors, get pretty big, and man, those are just spectacular too.
My Dempsey bit my wife's finger by accident last week when she was feeding. Oh, no. We'll go back to your comment there, sir. You said eat onions. They're packed with antioxidants. I'm allergic to onions. There's something in the juice of a raw onion I can't eat. It causes immediate just loss of breathing, like instantly. My throat starts to swell. My tongue swells up. It's all bad.
Ooh.
But I can eat cooked onions. You can cook them. I can eat them all day long. Makes no sense. It's just something in the raw onion, like the juice of a raw onion. No idea.
Gonna name your Dempsey Mark Pile.
I got a beautiful Jack Dempsey over here. I think I'm actually going to contact Joe at Price Tag and let him go shopping in my fish room. Joe has been a stand-up dude to me. He's close to me. When he sees that I'm live and he's able to, he's there. He texts me, a bunch of times, checking on me, asking me how I'm doing. I'm going to let the man go shopping. Tell him bring some buckets, whatever you want, you can take, with the exceptions of that tank and that tank. I hate to say it, I'll even let that big bastard go.
I was thinking,
I really can't take him with me.
There's really no fish that I wouldn't give up. There's something that I'm so attached to that I go, nope, they ain't going. Some of my my dogs and stuff. Some of the birds are cool, but I guess I got no fish I'm not that attached to. One of them go, but I was nothing I would fight for.
No, my Akara tank. The only reason why I said it's just because they're expensive. Nobody's going to give me what I have in them. I mean, I have close to $1,000 worth of fish in that tank. Not happening. Baby coming, priorities changed. I understand that. He likes South American fish. I have some South American fish. So, might be something you may want.
He's downsizing, not doing videos anymore.
Yeah, it's because he's got a baby on the way. It's due probably any day. I'm honestly, I'm rooting for tomorrow. The only reason why I'm rooting for tomorrow is because tomorrow is my birthday.
Well, happy birthday early.
Thank you.
Very cool. Are you going to do anything special on your birthday or just going to work?
Nope. Going to work. Going to work. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
for a
trying
lot of
to
people.
avoid. I'm trying to avoid everything I can. I don't want nobody to make a fuss out of my birthday. I really don't even want to celebrate the month of October. I wish I could just fucking skip it. You know, my birthday is the first day. My wedding anniversary is the last day. I wish I could just fucking skip it and go into November. You know,
My wife's birthday is Thursday. So one day,
day
off
after
yours.
mine.
Yep.
You got you a Libra.
Yep.
We're fucking stubborn, aren't we?
Yeah, but I wouldn't trade her for anything.
I know.
Yep.
We make real good companions. I hate to put it that way. I like the early to mid Libras are good, man. Those late Libras are assholes. Like, they're fucking assholes.
And your son's birthday's on the 13th. Mine's on the 2nd.
My son will be here March 13th.
Oh, yeah, your son. Well, man, I read that really wrong. Oof.
Yeah. He's got a baby boy on the way. They did a
Awesome.
gender reveal the other day on a live stream.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people say that when they have kids, their priority changes. Mine didn't. I was really in the reptile education, doing all kind of stuff. We had kids. I have photos of me holding my baby up, the bottle in its mouth, at an educational event, talking to people. So yeah. My other daughter, I had her in my arms, and I was feeding baby bearded dragons that I bred like 90 of them. And I was feeding them crickets and stuff. And to this day, her favorite animal is a bearded dragon. So I
Thank
guess
you, everybody, for the happy birthday wishes. It's all right for the Caps. No worries, man. Happy birthday, Jordan. Her birthday is next Sunday. Libras are
Happy
we're
birthday.
a feisty bunch, man. The one thing about a Libra is they can hold a grudge for a long time.
No, really?
Oh, yeah. A long time. His wife's birthday is also the 2nd. Well, happy
Oh,
birthday.
cool.
Happy birthday, wife.
Yeah, happy birthday to her too.
Yeah, we're all going to have birthdays today or tomorrow or this week.
Yeah. So I've got her birthday, and then the next day I take off. We got to pack up to do the fish show, and then we got a fish show on Saturday. And Sunday, probably recover from the fish show, get everything all back in order, unpack everything, get it stored away, and hopefully next week my schedule will calm down a little bit.
So I
building.
I don't know how you guys pack up and do all these different shows and events, man. You're always moving and shaking.
Doing reptile events or doing expos and fish stuff, and so yeah, it's a lot of work. But that's why I rely on her a lot on that stuff. So we work really good together. She's good at laying out the tables and figuring out what she wants, and I'm good at like producing fish and knowing all that kind of stuff. And she's good at the craft stuff, and so we work together really good. And we've learned over the years to stay out of each other's wheelhouses. So she's good at laying out the table. Yeah, she designed that. I took the picture, but she designed the image. So still work together. She's the one who put it on the towel.
That will be on the wall of my new fish room.
So when I pull in, I just lay everything in front of the tables, and I'm a yes sir, yes ma'am, and whatever she wants me to do, boom, I'm doing it. We work together because I know, even though I'm going like, what is she doing? That's not gonna work. What in the world? Shut your mouth. Do what she's gonna tell you to do, because when she's done, it's gonna look amazing. It's gonna look better than anything you could do. So, and then she stays out of my business when it comes to breeding fish and moving stuff around. She lets me do what I want to do, even if she doesn't understand it. So we came to that conclusion: is stick to your thing and help the other person out if they need help. But they're good at. She's good about opposite stuff that I'm good at. So we come together and it's perfect. We do this really good job. Just some amazing work.
It's always good to have somebody in your corner. It really is.
Yep.
And it's a shitty thing when you don't have somebody in your corner and you're doing everything for yourself.
Don't worry.
Firsthand
Things
experience.
change. Yep, I know.
Things are going to
Things
change, that's for sure.
That's what always happens in life. Things change like that sometimes. You're least expecting it.
Absolutely. You know, yeah, I'm not gonna get all, talking about it here. That's be a personal conversation. But the way that things are going for me, I understand the process of what I need to do. It's the hard part's what's gonna be hard for me. I've lived in this house for so long that I'm gonna go to a new house and I'm not gonna be able to sleep because I'm gonna feel like I'm in a stranger's house.
Hmm.
That's the way I felt when I first moved in here, even though it was mine and I built it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I understand
I'm
that.
like, I'm sleeping in a stranger's house, even though my shit's in it and it smells like me. I'm sleeping in somebody else's house.
Yeah,
You know,
that'll pass.
and a lot of things that are a lot of some things that people don't know about me. I was homeless for almost 6 months.
No, I didn't know that.
I was 19 years old. I slept in a Dodge Aries K car.
Hmm.
Had no gas money. I was parked somewhere illegally.
Hmm.
In the middle of winter, it was like 12 degrees outside. I was homeless for 6 months. I was homeless through winter and coming into basically spring and summer. So me losing a place that has been my home for the last, 10, 11 years, actually 11 years, is a little difficult. Moving somewhere else that may or may not work out for me, may not be the thing I want to do. I don't know if, about renting an apartment or anything of that. I don't want to rent something. It just is as bougie as it sounds. I want it to be mine. Like this is. And I'll be honest with you, this place don't even feel like a home anymore. It's just a house.
Yeah, I bet.
It's so broken. It's just a house. It's eerily quiet, even though the dog's here and I can hear these fish tanks, sometimes. It's not home.
I know. Something missing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you guys still doing this? What's up with that fish? What is your problem, bro? And that white Oscar is packed on some size too.
Cosman, how did the Clash go? Was it decent this year? I was going to go too, but there's just no way I could pull it off.
I couldn't pull it off, man. I couldn't.
There's no way either.
Funds just wasn't there.
And you're even closer than I am. It'll take me 2 days. I can drive from here to like Pittsburgh in one shot, and that's over. It's like 1,200 miles, I think. So it takes me about 23 hours to get there. I can do that one shot.
6.5 for me would have taken me to get there. And it wasn't the gas money to get there. It was finding somewhere to stay because I would have ended up sleeping in my car.
Yeah. And the hotel they picked is not cheap.
No.
They say it was cheap. And I'm like, I'm not from around here, we do a lot better than that.
Yeah. Cheap to me. All right. This is going to sound shitty, but cheap to me is like a $45 a night hotel. That's cheap.
And those are hard to find that are not like
Ran the hell down in Methville. Yeah.
Yeah. It used to be, I remember that, man, you do it $45, $50, even $60 a night was, $6 a night hotel was a good hotel.
Yeah.
At one time. Now $60, you'd be kind of sweating a little bit going, okay, I'll do it by myself. Me and a buddy or something go out looking for snakes or something. We'll just go pick a, cheap hotel like that and not care. He used to work for Orkin and he was their bed bug specialist. So our protocol was to walk up to the door. Everybody drops their stuff. He goes in, does his little inspection. If he gives me the thumbs up, we start moving in. Nothing goes in that room until he clears it. And
all right, Brandon, have a good night, sir. Thank you. But yeah, man, bed bugs ain't no joke.
I got a scare. I came back while I had a bag beside the bed, one of those like a designer, like I don't know, some kind of a place in a mall has those big tall bags that are kind of slick inside.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to throw something away one day. I was right beside the bed. I went to throw it in there, and I realized there's a bug in there. I was like, that doesn't look right. I looked at it. I found a bed bug.
Oh, no.
I sent it to my buddy going, hey, this is what I think it is. He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, oh, this is what you need to start doing. He goes, first just check, see if you got it. You put traps under your bed, on your bed post, and there's like little glue trap things just to see if they're present. And he told me where to look. I already knew because he already showed me from the hotels. I couldn't find anything. We're sweating bullets for like 6 months, but nothing ever showed up. It was just that one in that bag. I got incredibly lucky. He's going, there's no way you get that lucky. That doesn't happen. I was like, yeah, it did for me. And it was alive too, and I found it. So I got Man, missed dodged that bullet. That was years ago though, so I know that we didn't have any.
Had a buddy go to. We got a place up here called Kalahari Water Park.
Mm-hmm.
He went there with his family for a weekend, and they all came back ate up with bed bugs in their clothes. Man, they paid to have his. They basically had to pay to have his apartment building fumigated.
Hmm.
Class
One of the things they do is they'll cover it all up and they'll just turn the temperature up and they'll cook them.
Class was awesome. Sarah brought back fish she collected in Uruguay.
Yeah.
Ended up getting 3 species.
Nice.
Awesome overall. Nice.
I wanted some of the stuff she brought back, but all those species are cold or water species, and I can't keep my water cold enough in the summertime. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to let other people that can get those things up. There's no point in me getting them and end up not breeding or end up killing them worse than anything. So hopefully some guys that can got some of the stuff can breed them. She brought back some cool stuff. I know she said she sold one pair for one auction. It was auctioned off for like $250. So that's pretty good for a killifish to make $250 for a pair.
My
That was during the auction.
my new fish are in 75-degree water.
That should be
What
fun.
That's what it is down here. 78 degrees, but the tank's at 75. There's no heater. There's just a sponge filter and an air stone.
What do you think the water temperature was they came out of?
72.6.
Ah, okay. So so that's not a significant difference. Should be okay.
They I drip acclimated them for like an hour and a half.
You probably didn't need to. It doesn't hurt anything, obviously. You said the water was almost the same as yours.
Almost the same, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so close it wasn't even funny.
It's the same water source, so it should be. But coming from underground, a lot of times your water source come from deep underground. That's surface water. Sometimes it's different, but it should be pretty close to the same, which it was.
Man, the water in Ohio is hard enough to walk on. I'm pretty sure when they said Jesus walked on water, he walked on our water first. You know?
Yeah, I was from Pennsylvania. I remember how stuff supposed to gum everything up. Our water we had 2 different wells when I lived at home. One of them had like a sulfury smell to it. A lot of sulfur in it. It was kind of nasty. And the other one had a lot of iron in it. It was turning everything red. Inside the sinks would be red and everything.
Oh, yeah.
The iron.
Higher iron count.
Yeah, really high
So-
iron.
You know, I took that 4 days like you did, and I ended up doing some stuff in the went to the Ohio caverns.
Okay, I've been there.
Went
It's a thing.
to
Sounds familiar.
oh, it's pretty cool, man. Just went to a couple of places. Went to an arboretum.
Okay.
I walked across a skywalk. It was pretty cool. Man, I did some shit over this weekend. I did a lot.
Sounds like a lot of relaxing stuff.
Man, I did some walking. I ain't gonna lie. I
good for that
probably
hip.
put 35 or 40 miles on myself this weekend.
Nice.
We were everywhere. Man, that fish is being a straight dick tonight.
What was wrong with him?
He's not used to me being down here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it the lights up? Not all
Lights
usually
are out.
on? Or?
This is lights out night. You know what I mean?
Okay.
At this time at night, it's dark down here.
Yeah, so he's just kind of irritated, probably agitated. And,
He's a dick. He wants to go to sleep.
yeah.
Being a straight wiener head. Here, buddy. There. How's that for you? Does that make you feel better?
She sold some nitrogen for $250. Oh, okay. My fish for basement was 68, 72 degrees. Yeah. During the year, I can't get down to 72. There's no way. In the summertime, if it's a real hot summer, this summer wasn't that bad. We went over 100 degrees a few times. But normally it could be over 100 for 30, 40 days, but it'll be up to 105, sometimes even 110. So my AC won't keep up. Sometimes it'll jump up to 80 degrees.
My basement floor, 72.5.
That's nice. That's the nice thing about basement, man. If I had a basement, I could keep some of those cooler killifish species. I could just keep the basement much cooler. But I just can't do that here. I've tried to keep some species. I figured, let me see if it's true that they really won't produce warmer temperatures. Maybe I can find a tank that's on the bottom somewhere. It'll stay cooler. Nah, the coolest tank I got is right over here. and it's right below the air vent and blows on it. So that's my cold tank, but it still doesn't stay cold enough to really do some of the stuff she brought back, unfortunately.
My coldest 2 tanks down here are this one with the naturals in it, or, the natives, and my goldfish pond. My 300-gallon goldfish pond has a 300-watt heater in it, but I don't have the heater set to where it's going to kick on anything above, or, if it's above 72 degrees.
Okay.
It's an adjustable heater. I don't want it to get too cold, but I don't want it to get too hot. So it's set at like 68, believe it or not, is when it kicks on.
Yeah. For goldfish, it's fine. I like it cooler.
I mean, honestly, I could take the heater out of it and it'd be just fine.
Oh, yeah.
Because it never gets cold down here. I mean, like I said, it's the coldest I've had it. The coldest this basement has been in dead middle of winter. In the 12 years that I've been here, I think was 69 degrees.
Usually they're pretty constant.
Yeah, it stays pretty chill.
I'm assuming you have heat going to the room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Noisy doing? Man, I think the day I move out of here is going to be the hardest day I'm going to have. Like the day I take the last shit out of here and close the door.
Yeah, it's going to hit home.
It's gonna smack me in the face. Is what it's
Yeah.
gonna do. I might actually get in my fan and cry a little bit. Ain't gonna lie.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Real men cry, ladies and gentlemen. If they don't, there's something wrong with them. They're probably a psychopath.
Yep.
I don't know, Mark. I've looked in some of these rivers that I've been in, man, and I've seen some fish that I would like to get a hold of. I've seen
fish, small
some that
fish?
are about like that,
Okay.
and they look like these guys. These guys they say get 3 inches max.
Yeah,
And
I
these
think what
things
you've got's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say these are pretty much full grown.
Yeah. I didn't look in your area to see what's even native to that area. There's got to be some cool stuff.
There's a lot of cool fish. I know there's sunfish, there's smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, crappie, white bass, freshwater drum. We actually have salmon. I seen one the other day. I was at Lakewood Marina in the Cleveland Metro Parks, and there's this big dead ass fish floating in the water. I'm like, what the hell is this thing? And I'm looking at it. I'm like, looks like a salmon. I'm like, that can't be a salmon. And it was. It was a sockeye and something else hybrid. I asked the gentleman who was like the park ranger there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, hey, do you know what this is? He's like, yeah. And he told me what it was. He said they're native there because they were bred and put there. I'm like, huh?
Kind of strange.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Ohio right now for fish. There's 192 species in Ohio.
That's a lot.
And you're up around the Cleveland area, if I'm right?
Yep. I am.
Okay. So if I just zoom in kind of that area and hit search. Now we're down to 97 species. Yeah, that's quite a few.
Catfish. I mean, there's all kinds of shit here.
Yeah. Of course, there's bluegill and stuff listed. So, yeah, all that crazy stuff. Brown trout. And, yeah, of course, they have things like, common sunfish is one of the species, but it's not really a species, it's a group. So you got that kind of figures into it. Warmouth. I'm trying to think. There's chub sucker. I mean, a river chub and stuff. Do you have what are those things called? Oh man, they're hog suckers.
Yeah, we have the northern hog sucker.
Yeah, those are cool looking fish.
It's also what I call my boss's mom, the northern hog sucker. He gets mad as hell, man.
Not
But
bad.
no, we got pretty interesting fish up here, man. Catfish are weird up here.
Stone cats.
Yeah.
Green-sided darters.
Yep.
Let's see. Bluegill's number one. Largemouth back, creek chub, rainbow darters are beautiful in their breeding colors, but those are hard to keep in their breeding colors, at least from my experience. Then you got the western black-nosed dace.
I have those.
That's what really high up there. Common. You might have the central stone rollers. That's an interesting fish. Those things will take, if you have like a gravel bottom, they'll take their nose and flip underneath the rocks to look under for food and things. and they'll lay their eggs in a sunfish nest. That's where they lay their eggs. They'll sneak in there, lay their eggs, and have the sunfish guard and take care of their babies. So it's those are kind of neat, and they're pretty big, pretty decent sized fish for a minnow type of thing. So yeah, you get the common shiners, Johnny darters, yeah, northern hogsuckers. There's something else I was thinking you have up there too. Mud minnows are neat. Spot fin shiners.
Are you thinking about the freshwater drum?
Those are big. No, that's a big fish.
That's a bastard right there.
Yeah, that should not keep it in your typical aquarium. Even your 240 would be kind of small for that kind of fish.
My 300 would be small for that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Hey, you got some pickerel, the American pickerel up there. Those are neat. That'd be neat fish to keep. Pickerel. I have one of those, man. I think that's going to be a redfin. Yeah, that goes about a redfin pickerel. That's what I was hoping to get. They don't get quite as big, and they get these cool red fins on them. That'd be a neat one to keep. But they're predator fish, so you have to feed them some type of meat. So I feed mine calls. If I have something here that's got a bent spines or something like that I need to get rid of, I just drop them in there, and it's gone. Instantly out of its misery. Then I'll feed it shrimp, too. I'll thaw shrimp out. And when it's smaller, I take pieces of it off and just dangle it or move it around a little bit, and wham! Freaking awesome.
These Oscars will smash shrimp.
Ooh, red side dace. That'd be a cool one to get. The red sided, that'd be neat. And you got, of course, all those sunfish are neat fish. But you can't keep most of them together. I mean, you start doing that, next thing you know, they're beating each other up.
What is that website you're using?
iNaturalist. It's iNaturalist.com. Quillback. That's a bigger fish. Ooh, southern red belly dace. That's a good one. Here, I'll pull it up. There you go, Jim.
Oh,
Yeah, those are in your area.
I'm gonna have to find those.
Exactly. This is the website to do it with. Those are nice.
They have an app.
Yeah, I'm on the app right now.
I'm downloading the app.
Sweet. And then basically, it's really designed to help you identify and keep track of any living organism. It doesn't matter what it is, especially if you don't know what something is. If you're going, man, like that fish you saw, if no one was around, you could take a picture of it, blow it up to iNaturalist, and say, I don't know what this is. And somebody will come along and go, oh, I know what that is, and they'll ID it for you. So it's a really cool place for doing stuff like that. Log perch. If you ever get a chance to get a log perch, those are nice. They're personable. They look like this.
Oh, that's pretty.
They're like a big darter. They're in a darter family, but they're 5 inches long or so, probably 4 or 5 inches. And they'll come right up. They don't have any swim bladder, so they're kind of bounce on the bottom. If you got like plants, they'll hop up your plants, hang in their plants like little puppy dogs. And they're very personable. They catch on real quick that you bring them food, they'll beg. Those are a nice one. You got bowfin. I didn't know you had really bowfin up there. I tried keeping a bowfin, and I got caught basically a bowfin fry. I was catching a bunch of bowfins and the pickerel fry at the same time. I kept one of those bowfins. I ended up killing it because I didn't realize the appetite they had. They have an extremely high appetite. So I ended up killing it because I didn't know. There was Cold Water Aquatics. He had one. So I got talking to him and trying to figure out why mine just died. And he was talking about how much he's feeding it. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. That's my problem. Yeah. Coho salmon. COHO salmon you have up there? Never heard of that. Mimic shiners, we have those here. Chinook salmon. Pink salmon. Oh, mulled sculpins. That's what I was thinking of. The sculpins. See, these things are cool, man. Like that. Check that out, Jim. That thing looks like a saltwater fish.
It does. It actually looks like a saltwater goby.
Yeah, and they act like it too. I would want to keep one of those. There's a guy. What's his name? He sells the really cool nets.
Does this tell you like all the people that have it around you?
Those are all sightings. So each little dot is somebody put said, hey, I found this here. So if you zoom in, you can see, exactly where they found it. So what I like to do is if I'm going to go say I'm going to target a fish, I'll go look at the streams around me where people found them, and then I'll look where those streams cross the road and the stream meet. And then I'll jump onto MapQuest and go to the Street View of that intersection and look around to see if there's access to the water from the roadway. So there's a little pull off area or whatever's right there, so you can get an idea. So hey, this would be a good place, easy access, and people found them right there. And then you find out, figure out where the fish is going to be at. Is it going to be on the bottom, top? What do they act like? And then go down there and find them. Take your net, and sometimes it takes a couple people with a seine. I don't know. The spot tail shiners are neat too. I like the spot tails. I don't know why I just like that black tail. So yeah, there's a couple of fish that I'd be going after.
I'm gonna have to get my search on so I can find what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
I'd like to get more, native fish. That way I can cut down on, honestly, man, if I could cut down on heaters, that would save me a lot of money. And I'm pretty sure they will do just fine with sponge filters and moving water.
Yep.
These guys need more moving water. I'm not going to lie. That water needs to move a little bit more. So I'm going to end up with a wave maker in a 55.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Yep. That'd be great. If you could, you could do that, or you could even do some type of canister filter in there, blowing across and then pulling it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of canister filters.
Yeah, you don't have to have that.
I'll put a canister filter in it, but I think I want something that'll move the water a little better.
Yeah, wave maker would be perfect for that, man.
I've got the one that Higer sent me. I may use that one. I got it in my African cichlid tank, and they really don't need it. There's enough flow in that tank to begin with.
But that native tank, that would be cool. I've got that 120-gallon set up that I got lucked into somebody gave it to me, and an FX4. So the FX4 is blowing in their full bolt man is wide open, have that thing going and blowing stuff around. I put those minnows in there, and I thought, it might be a little too much current. Oh, no. They love it, man. They hang out in that current. I'll throw food in there. That food is zipping by. They're zipping, nailing it, and it's just – it can't go too fast for those things. They'll just hang out in that flow.
I'm going to try baby brine shrimp with these guys and see what they do.
Oh, they should love that. That's what they're used to eating, all that little tiny foods and stuff like that in the wild. Oh, yeah. I dropped one of the wafers in there, the algae wafer, in mine tonight to see if they would tack it. Oh, man, they were destroying that algae wafer.
I wonder what they do with a kelp wafer.
They'd probably love it. It depends. Yeah, I bet they would destroy it. I was really shocked.
I mean, these birds are active, man. I mean, I don't think they stop.
That's what a lot of the natives do. A lot of those minnows and the shiners, man, they're active. The red shiners are insane.
Somebody asked me if I was collecting them to feed my fish. I'm like, I wouldn't feed my fish that.
No, not that dirty. No, there's a good chance there's going to be parasites, and there's almost have to have something going on. You would not want that with your other fish.
Nope, these are going to be, like I said, they got a tank of their own. It's not going to be with anything.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I got mine real heavily planted tank too, and some big rock piles with holes in it, man. Those things zipping in and out of there. They're just
I don't know how they would handle like aquarium salt. I don't think they'd handle that very well.
I don't know. I don't know about that particular species. Some of the stuff we have here, like those red shiners, and there's a bunch of the killies, the pumpfish and the killie. Well, pumpfish are a type of killifish that you can get the salinity up double what the ocean is, and they're fine. And that's what one of the little rivers here, the Brazos River on the upper end of it goes through old salt plains, basically for the ocean. It used to be old ocean. So there's tons of salt in the ground. So whenever it rains, all that washes in. Then when it starts the rainwater, the middle of summer, the water levels go down. It starts concentrating and isolating it down. And that water will be extremely salty, and they're fine. So they can handle that 100 degrees and super salty, and they're fine.
I'm getting ready to switch my saltwater tank over from a hang on the bag filter to sponge filter. People say it can be done. Some say it can't be done.
I don't know.
We're going to find out.
I'm not the expert on that. I'm sure it can be done. You just got to, under the right circumstances,
There's a lot of things that can be done. I'm one of those people that you tell me it can't be done or you shouldn't do something, I'm going to experiment and see. Really?
Oh, yeah.
I find out a lot of times, no, that's not really true. You know.
Well, I was told that you can't keep a large African cichlid tank on sponge filters only. Incorrect, you can.
Like, why couldn't you? It doesn't make any sense.
Oscars, you can't keep them with sponge filters. You can. I've proven that. Discus. Oh, you got to have the cleanest water on the planet.
Yeah, a lot of stuff we have now isn't even has nothing to do with the wild anymore. A wild caught discus you brought in, you might have a little different experience with.
Correct. You know,
but the stuff we have now, it's been acclimated to captivity.
And I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but I've said it a million times. You can't take a fish that came from a fish farm and treat it with wild water parameters. You're going to kill fish. They're not used to that. They're used to the parameters where you got them from.
And that's actually my number one critique of the carrier species fish. People are keeping the carriers to hopefully release them back into the wild. Well, if you're not doing it correctly and you're not mimicking their wild habitats, their wild waters, their way they hunt and everything, after a while, you're breeding fish that live in captivity and not ones that live in the wild. So how well are they going to do when you drop them back into the wild? That's always been my critique. I bet it's going to vary on species, how well they can acclimate back. Some probably not going to be a problem at all. Others are just ain't going to work. But I would like to see more effort done that if you're really going to keep a carrier species and your goal is to get it back in the wild someday, that species, keep it as close as you can to the wild that you can do. I mean, do the best job you can. So that way, hopefully, you don't acclimate it too much to captivity. But there's nothing you can do. I mean, at a certain point, you can't 100% you can't reproduce nature 100%. You can do the best you can, and hopefully it's good enough. Acclimate back 100%. But
My female Akara just tried to lock a jaw lock with my Oscar. Good luck. At some point in time, your Oscar or your Akara is going to end up being Oscar food. Especially if dude gets as big as that one.
Yeah.
If I put my Akara in there, it's going to be snack time. That dude ate I had Siamese algae eaters in there. I had like 6 of them. He ate every one of them. Like he was swimming around with one hanging out of his mouth. I'm like, I'm not going to fight you to take it. It's yours. You earned that, motherfucker. I promise you.
Yeah, it's probably already killed anyhow.
Yeah. Oh, he chased it, man. I know he chased it. He earned that fish. He earned that meal. I'm not going to take it from him. However, I had to take a pleco from him because he had that pleco jammed in his mouth. I didn't want him to die.
Yeah, that could hurt him. I got a turtle out here. I'm always got a side neck turtle, and I've got fish living in the bottom. I've got a large super red bristle nose adult living in there with him, and two stir-bite corridors in there with him. He doesn't bother him. He doesn't care. Those stir-bites I need to pull out and breed because they are huge. I've never seen stir-bites. I mean, they're like, I'd probably 3.5, 4 inches long.
That's a big ass stir-bite.
Yeah, there's a pair of them in there. And I'm going, man, I need to pull those out and breed them. I could get a ton of eggs probably out of them. That's a really good stock. But I just don't have room and the time to do it.
My stir-bites that I got, I'm going to say almost 5 years ago, they just died. I don't know, a couple weeks ago.
I'm going to get that turtle. Hopefully I'm making an outdoor pen for it. If I get that done in time, maybe next weekend I can get it done on Sunday after the show. If I can do that, and then I can get him outside for a few months, those stir-bites will have that 90-gallon aquarium to themselves. Other than that one bristle nose, I can pull them out. So they have a 90-gallon all by themselves. I bet I get them to breed in there. That'd be awesome.
My Oscar ate a pleco already. The Akara won the battle. Oscar backed away. Not for long. That's the one thing about Oscars that everybody don't know. They grow an inch a month until they're a year old. Sometimes 2, depending on how they're fed and the quality of their water. So Rusty is a little on the smaller side. And
stunted.
I did it on purpose. I'm not going to lie. I did it on purpose. I fed him, but I didn't. The water was clean, but I didn't change it like I should have. I was changing his water once a week, and I did it while he was, real small because he was sick. I brought him out of it. I got him healed up. I got him eating, got him, where the sunken belly wasn't there. I got him growing, and then I cut the water changes back to once a month. One fish in a 10-gallon with a 60-gallon sponge filter a month was fine. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Every fish upstairs in that 10-gallon rack has a 60-gallon sponge filter in it, and they're just flowing. You know what I mean? They're open. They're not, dribbling. They're fucking open. They've got they got an air pump for a 150-gallon tank just throwing them. There's only 5 of them, so I'm pretty sure the tank that he came out of the cycle was dead anyway. Because I took him out of it a couple of days ago and slapped him in here, and I just said, you know what, I'm not going to put anything else in that tank. So I got to take the sponge filter out, clean it, let it dry out, put it through some vinegar, let it dry out again. And then I'll do like I do with every sponge filter I have. I'll throw it in a goldfish pond. I'm not going to lie to you. I have 10 60-gallon sponge filters just lining the bottom of the pond.
Yeah, that's
Throwing bacteria.
I've got a couple tanks like that with just my sponge filter tanks,
Yep.
just in case I need it.
I have a 12-inch pleco in there. I got a common sailfin in there. Beautiful fish. He's a weird looking one, man. His colors are weird. He's like a light brownish orange and black. Cool fish. Sailfin. I mean, fins, when he puts them up, they're huge. He's, like I said, he's like that. He's a foot long. I threw him in there. I threw him in a goldfish pond. It's like I said, it stays like 72, 73 degrees. I threw him in that big. He's been in there 8 months. And he's already a foot. So he's doing just fine. He has no predators. Nobody's going to bother him. He doesn't bother my goldfish. He hasn't ate my rosy red minnows that are in there, even though I thought the goldfish probably would. They haven't bothered him. I think I got 20 of those in there. Those are going to be a bitch to catch when I take that pond down.
I found out just last night that my super red plecos are breeding again. I just pulled a clutch out, and I thought he had left the cave. He was still tucked all the way in there, and I put him over to another tank where I would grow out the little babies. And next thing I know, the tank's all like stirred up and looks like crap. I'm going like, those little tiny little plecos couldn't have tore up that tank that bad. And I started looking, there's Hemis in there just, going digging through everything, stirring everything all up. So I had to put him back in the other tank with the cave after the babies are all out. And next thing you know, he's back in the cave and there's babies in it again. I mean, it was just a few days later, he already had eggs, and I was like, dang. So I'm going to have a ton of those super red plecos. Not even trying.
I have a 29-gallon that has albino bristlenose in it, and I probably have 100 of them in there. Now, here's the problem. I've got to catch those bastards.
Yeah.
They got to go to my local fish store is taking all of them. He wants every one of them. So I had a running tab at that fish store. I'm not even going to lie to you, I was close to $400 in debt to this dude. He owes me $275 now. So that tells you how much shit I've gave him.
Yeah, because they don't give you very much for everything.
Dude, I gave him every severum I had. I had turquoise and green severums. I gave him every one of them I had. That school that I was supposed to give them to never got back to me.
Oh, well.
So I said, well, they're going now. They can watch them message me in a couple of days. All right, we're ready for the fish. I'll tell you where they are. Agna Aquatics. Go see George. I'm sure he'll sell them to you. I got rid of all of them. And, my breeding pair of my 125 just had another clutch the other night. I thought about pulling them. You know what I mean? I'm like, nope.
Yeah. The tank they're breeding in is where the grass pickerel's in. The pickerel stays at the top. He don't bother anybody. All the plecos are at the bottom. Then they stay apart, working great.
Survival of the fishes, baby.
I've noticed, though, that I can't get very many fry to grow up in that tank before he was even in there. For some reason, I don't know if the plecos are snacking on the babies or what, but I only got a couple babies that grow up in that tank. So I have to pull them out. That's not a big deal.
I found my one pleco in my my guppy tank. I've got a a long fin green phantom.
Sounds.
Yeah, I
Okay.
found it floating the other day with snails eating it.
Uh,
I was like, oh, come on. Let the snails have at it.
yeah. They'll
Free food.
recycle it.
They recycled it.
Yeah. And the tank, I move all those plecos to the babies too, or with oh, luminatus, the Sumagil luminatus. The what do you call those things? Oh, I forget what they call those. I'm tired.
Me too.
Yeah, whatever they are, Sumagil stuff. They put them in there. I can breed those on top, and the plecos stand about her. Oh, so you find a pleco up in the spawning mop. And I'm sure he's in there snacking on eggs. But I didn't have that's like a 29-gallon aquarium. I just didn't have anything else to put him in.
I
That's
have
a 37. It's a 37-gallon.
I've got a
It's a weird tank.
55 that I have. If I remember correctly, I only lost 5 of them. I have fuck are those fish called? They're tetras. Serpe tetras. I got 50 Serpe tetras in a 55.
That looks pretty
And
cool.
there's 25 cories on the bottom. That tank is,
That's kinda neat.
I think I have a bunch more of those tetras than I actually started with. They're breeding somehow, and I don't know how. I've done nothing to promote breeding. It's got 4 large sponge filters in it running. That's all that's running it. And tank is a nasty little bastard, let me tell you. I clean it, it looks the same the next day. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah, if those cories at the bottom, they're really going to tear it up. Something I don't like about cories, they tend to stir stuff up because
Yeah,
they're constantly shifting.
I thought about getting some of those bigger cories, like on the bigger size cories, and chuck them in here. My Oscar will eat them.
Yeah, it'd make a mess if we didn't.
Yeah. At some point in time, I'm going to have to get rid of Oscars. They're big ass fish. I have two more Oscars upstairs that I don't show anybody. I've got 2 lemon Oscars. I think you've seen the pictures of them the other night.
I think so.
Yeah, those were sent to me by Flatbed Aquatics.
Okay.
He was driving through my town, had a flat tire, was having a problem finding somebody to mount a tire for him. And I told him where I was at. I mounted it for him. And the next thing I know, he's like, hey, I need your address. I'm going to send you something. I'm thinking he's going to send me like a thank you card or something. No, I got 2 fish.
I don't like doing that to people, you know. I don't like sending stuff without them knowing it's coming. Because it's kind of like it's a live animal. What if they can't take it or they're out of room or, you know, then it's kind of like, okay, then it's not a gift anymore. It's a burden. And the person goes, oh, crap, what do I do now? I got to hurry up and scramble to find a tank. But if you knew the person was looking for that particular animal, had a tank set up, and they just been going to the local fish stores every day looking for it, and you found it, okay, sending it to them then would be cool. But
I was looking for him.
good. You got lucky.
Yeah.
I don't even like going to raffles if they're doing a raffling stuff off. The kind of raffles where they go, okay, the next item up is this, and they just pull a name out of the hat and whatever that is you got. I hate seeing live animals in that because the same situation. You're giving somebody something that they
They're
either
not
can't
prepared
take over, they're not prepared for it or whatever, and they feel obligated. I don't mind the ones that are selling animals, but you got to have you have the animal sitting there in like a little cup or something. You buy tickets and you walk over and put tickets in a cup that you want that particular item. And then it's like, okay, you're actually wanting that fish. So you know what you're getting into. That's not a big deal. But I actually won a frog man years ago, and I first started this thing at some kind of reptile expo. It was really cool, exotic, expensive frog. And I had no way to set that thing up or keep it. I had to give it to somebody else that can enjoy it because I'm going, I can't take this thing home because I'll kill it. I have no reason to have this frog yet.
Yeah.
Wasn't experienced enough. That kind of sucks going, man, this is freaking really cool, but okay, I can't do it. But, oh well.
You know, man, I've been offered some fish that I was going to take, and I decided to take, to decline because, like you said, I don't have the room for them. Somebody offered me 2 butterfly koi. Now I could put those butterfly koi in my 300-gallon pond. They would be okay for a while. But once they got big, I have to find somebody that'll take 2 big-ass butterfly koi. So it was one of those situations where I'm
Cool
like,
fish.
yeah, I can't take them. Oh, they're beautiful. They were like calico butterfly, the calico style butterflies. They're beautiful. And the only place I could think of that would take them was Ohio Fish Rescue, and I sent them in that direction. I mean, I don't have any beef with Ohio Fish Rescue, but I just don't like some of the way they do things. You know, man, like, you know, you got fish for free and you're trying to charge people for them. I understand you medicated them, you kept them, you fed them. I get that. But, you know, how about asking for a donation instead of store prices for fish?
Yeah, okay, it's a gray area there for sure. At a certain point, it becomes just a retail store that's getting stuff for free.
Correct.
But, you know, at the same time, you know, there's other situations where it's perfectly fine. Especially giving. I don't like giving fish animals away in general. Like if you're rescuing and you're trying to give stuff away, then it's a perceived value thing. If you didn't put any money into it, you're kind of worried about that becoming a disposable animal at that point because you don't have any skin in the game type of deal.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with that. But then you see like on Facebook Marketplace, well, the old Facebook Marketplace, you know, you had the rehoming. I'm going to rehome this dog or rehome this cat. And they're asking like retail prices for whatever they're rehoming. No, you're not rehoming. You're selling it. Just be honest. You're selling it. That's fine.
Just
But don't try to
somebody.
tell me you're rehoming it. What? Rehoming it is something, okay, if your next door neighbor leaves and they stick you with whatever animal they got, and they're going, okay, I'm going to rehome this thing because I can't take it, and you're giving it to somebody else for really cheap. That's rehoming. You know, selling it, that's not, come on, man.
I
You're making all
rehomed,
the legitimate rescues don't look bad.
I rehomed a puppy I had. I didn't charge it. I paid $100 for the dog. I bought it from a puppy mill in Amish country. Ain't gonna lie. He was terrorizing my other dog. She's old. You know what I mean? I love that dog. That's my girl.
Yeah, you got to protect it.
I protected her. I had a buddy. I said, "Hey, would you like a dog?" He said, "I have a dog." I said, "Would you like another one?" He said, "What is it?" I sent him pictures. He was like, "Oh, he's adorable." I said, if you want to take him, he's yours. Come get him. What do you want for him? I said, "Did I ask you for anything?" I said, "Just come get it. Get it out of my life." You know, he's a cute dog, but my God, he was terrorizing my dog. Man,
Just didn't fit your household.
he was tearing her back legs up to where she was bleeding because he was
Ooh.
nipping at her back legs.
That's
Like
not
it was
cool.
getting to the point to where I was getting ready to just start beating that dog.
Yeah, it's time to do something. Just wasn't a fit for you.
No, it wasn't.
I've had dogs like that. Just not a fit and had to basically rehome them.
Holy shit, that thing got big. Yeah, Mystic Pets. That Oscar will definitely be eating those Akara soon. I'm not sure if that's a male or female though. I think on that one it's going to have to be vented. Well, no, the rounded off. No, that not on that one. No, I think that might be a male. It's got the same fin as mine.
I wouldn't know how to tell.
Next time you see June in a live stream, ask her. She's the Oscar expert. I'm not gonna lie. If I have a question about an Oscar, I'm asking her. Anything other than I already know, I'm asking her because majority of the shit that I know, I already know, and yeah. Man, I have had this fish over here, the Oscar that I've had. I've had Daisy for fucking 3 years. She is 9 inches long. She hasn't grew a bit in 2 years. She got to 9 inches and she was done. And then I got another one down here. She got to like 7 and she was done. They're both female. The big dude in here is a male. The albino is a male. And that wild caught, I have no idea what it is. Right now, it could be part of the I don't know fish club. It could be in its own community.
You start breeding them.
My lemons are male and female, and they've laid eggs already, but they ate them.
Mm.
I was hoping. I was like, "Come on, lemons, breed. I can make money off of you. Breed. I will keep you." No,
Yeah,
I did
it's
just the right
sometimes you will,
situation.
sometimes you won't.
It's not the right situation. It's too small of a tank, to be honest, for you for 2 lemons. They're in a 75 together. I know I'm gonna get criticized for that. They're 4 inches long, maybe 5. In a 75-gallon tank. They are okay for now.
Yeah, for now.
Now, if they were the size of this big bastard and there was 2 of them in there, fuck no. I would move them. I would separate them. I'd put one in a 75 until I could find a 125 for one of them or 2 of them. You know, you could put 2 of those that size in a 125. They'd be okay. If I put that dude in a 125, I'm pretty sure he'd knock the glass off of it. He's a
I just don't
monster.
have any room for anything that big, man.
Man, I've got a stand coming because my one stand over here is getting rather rough where my basement flooded and I didn't see it. The particle board stand swelled on the side. I don't like it. It's not unsturdy. It's holding the tank. But I have one of those metal shelving racks coming. That's where it's going. I'm going to put both of my 125s on that. I'm going to put a piece of 1-inch plywood on it so I know it's sturdy. I'm going to stack them. And
I've seen that done. It's fine.
yeah, I'm going to stack them. That's going to be the plan for it's going to be more efficient in 2.0. Let me tell you, way more efficient. That bastard is getting chopped down to size, by the way. That stand is too high. That stand is at counter height.
Yeah, it looks like if you stand up, it's like over your head or at your head level.
I mean, it's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is a 29-gallon tank, by the way.
Yeah, you can't service that easy.
No, it's a bitch. I had
Same situation with my 150 tall. It's the same way, but that thing, I can't reach in there. I can't reach all the way to the bottom no matter what I do. I can almost get to where the substrate's at, but I can't get to the bottom. Yep.
for comparison there. And it doesn't suck for shit. I wanted it where you could see it, you know what I mean? Because my original intention was to have a 55-gallon sump underneath of it. That's what I was going to use.
Okay.
I don't. A 55 just, yeah. I have a 55 I could use. I don't want to. I'm going to use a 40 breeder. It's lower. It's compact. It's going to do what I need to do. I'm going to take all the media out of those canister filters and put them in there. Media for canister filters are easy to get. I don't care. I'd like to eliminate the canister filters except for the FX6. The FX6 is going to go on something else. But I would like to get it to where it's on a sump. Sump is going to be cheaper. It's not going to, it's not going to run as hard. You have one pump instead of four. One heater down there heating the entire tank. It's going to make life a lot easier.
Should.
Like, I'm pretty sure I could heat the 40-gallon breeder with like a 300-watt heater, and it'll heat this tank. I'm pretty sure I'd be okay with it. So the goal is to make it more efficient. That's the whole goal of the next one, is efficiency.
And this behind me, all these racks, I'm going to do a semi-automatic water change system. On the front side, I'm going to put some siphons, basically, so I have a valve down lower than the water level. So I can turn it off, then open it up. It's automatically keep siphoning. I'm going to go rig that all up to all these tanks in front of the other side too, do something like that, so I can just turn valves on, have it going into my bathtub or down the sink, probably down the bathtub, and then hook it back up reverse and fill it.
Honestly, I would probably run it outside if you could.
I really can't. I mean, it just have to be laying on the ground. I mean, on the floor, and the front door have to be open and stuff. There's really no way to get out. It's a brick house, and there's a window over here, but it's behind a rack, so I can't even get to the window. And so the bathroom's almost right across the hallway, so I can run like a python to that bathroom.
I don't know if they charge you guys for sewer like they do here.
Well, I'm on a septic, so I don't.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that. And my water, oh man, water is so cheap. It is absolutely insane. I was worried about the water bill, so I started doing some math on it. Looked at my water bill out, and looked at the price per gallon or whatever. I did some math and realized for like 70 cents, I could fill up a 275-gallon tote of water. So I'm not worried about water. I can do all the water change, everything in this house, and I won't really notice the water bill change.
My water bill up here is stupid.
It's like, I think it's $50 or $55, something like that, just for the service. And then the rest of it, I pay about $65 for my whole bill. So I pay $15 for the water for a whole month. That's with water changes and everything.
I think my highest water bill was $375.
Ooh.
My lowest was about 110.
That's insane. Yeah, so I'm so lucky that I don't even worry about water. I mean, it's not even a concern.
We get
Electric
charged
is.
for the water
Electricity
coming in,
is
water
now.
going out.
Yeah, because you have to septic and a sewer. I mean, you have the sewer to pay for.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I've been running a hose out into my my front lawn.
Yeah, that'll work.
Can't
That's what
charge
I've
me
been
for it
doing
if I
too.
ain't draining it.
Yep.
Well, Mark, we have hit that 2-hour mark, my friend. I think I'm going to wrap this up because my ass is tired.
I'm tired too. I got to take care of my dogs. I got to eat some food. I can hear them barking in the other room. My wife's
Yeah.
trying to keep them quiet for me.
Look at that. Mama June's here. So, once again, thank everybody who's here. If you're still here, thank you for the birthday wishes, even though it's tomorrow. I will be accepting donations. I'm joking. I won't be accepting donations. I mean, I will, but I won't.
Yeah,
I'm not asking for them. But
Yeah, well, several. I mean, convicts.
yeah, I don't want no convicts. I'm good. But yeah, 2-hour mark is here. I'm tired. Mark's tired. Everybody, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful night. Got anything you want to say to him, Mark?
See you later, guys. Good night.
Go out and find something to do in nature. Stop watching me.